Hello, my name's Simonize and welcome to another Simonize Guide video. Today we're here in the beautiful Un'Goro crater in the southern end of the Kalimdor continent. This crater is great because you know what this crater has? Power crystal pylons. Today we're talking about some old armor reducing items. Most importantly, the crystal yield, which comes from the power crystal pylons in Un'Goro crater. These items, crystal yield, Riven Spike, Bashgooter, Annihilator Axe, and the Cat Summon from the Eshgandar's Claws, they still reduce armor by a flat amount. They were not converted to armor penetration rating like almost every other source of armor reduction. Now, back in the day, these effects did not stack with Fairy Fire, but now with Fairy Fire being converted to a % reduction and these remaining as a flat armor reduction, I've confirmed that they do stack and will improve the physical DPS of your raid. The weapons like Riven Spike, Bashgooter, Eshgandar's Cat Summon, and Annihilator are a bit questionable as to whether these are actually a good idea to use for your raid, because they come at a pretty significant cost in terms of players' individual damage output because they are so drastically weaker than the Wrath of Lich King weapons. However, the crystal yield comes at a very minimal cost. This is a consumable that can be used out of your inventory. You don't need to change any of your equipment. However, it does share a cooldown with your explosives. So you'll lose one Serenite Bomb activation every 2 minutes in order to apply crystal yield to a boss target, which is a very minimal cost. In fact, for most classes that are dealing physical damage, it's literally a personal DPS increase to use a crystal yield rather than a Serenite Bomb. Now, how big of a difference are we actually talking about? We're actually only talking about 0.66%, but when you're talking about something that benefits an entire raid, the benefit becomes more substantial. For an individual player like a combat rogue that's perhaps dealing about 5,000 or maybe 5,500 physical damage per second, then we're looking at a bonus of about 35 DPS for that player. Expanded to an entire raid, and taking my raid's most recent Algalon kill as an example, we have a total of 42,000 physical DPS, which means the crystal yield adds about 281 DPS to the raid. Now, again, that may not sound like much, but in classic World of Warcraft, we try to add up all these little increments to make our team perform as best as we can. Now, with crystal yield being the most viable for actual raid use, I'm going to tell you how to get it. And that's why we're here in Un'Goro crater. There's a quest NPC in the back of this cave called JD Kali, and she'll give you a series of quests related to the power crystals in Un'Goro crater. Once you complete the pre-quests from JD Kali, you will be able to go to the different power crystal pylons in Un'Goro, and one of them you'll be able to turn in red power crystals and blue power crystals, 10 of each, in order to receive 6 crystal yields. So it's actually not even that difficult to get a whole bunch of crystal yields to use in your raids. Here's the NPC JD Kali, and I've already completed these quests, so she just gives me some dialogue options. Once you've completed the pre-quests from JD Kali, you'll be able to visit the Western Crystal Pylon here to turn in red and blue power crystals to receive crystal yield. On the map of Un'Goro, we're right about here in the cliffs on the edge of the Un'Goro crater. Here's a red power crystal right next to us, and you can see when we loot them, we get 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 power crystals. So you do have to wander around the Un'Goro crater to collect a bunch of crystals to turn in. And then you can go to the crystal pylon, interact with it. We want crystal yield, so we do that. We click, and now we've got 6 more crystal yields, and we lost some of our red and blue power crystals. And you can keep just turning these in and get a whole bunch of them. The only limit is how many power crystals you have. Now, is this some revolutionary game-breaking thing that you must do in your raids? Absolutely not. But like I said before, we like trying to push every little benefit we can, and it's pretty obvious that for most physical damage dealers, even just for personal DPS, using the crystal yield is going to be better than a Serenite Bomb, and the crystal yield is going to provide benefit to your entire raid. You do not need any more than one person applying crystal yield to a boss in your raid. The other people can just use their explosives. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments section if you plan to use crystal yield in your raids, or if you're gonna say, screw this, I've had enough of these old items messing up my Wrath of the Lich King raids. Thanks for watching the Simonized Show. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Can't wait for more sweet videos? Links are on screen that you can watch right now. Be sure to join the Discord server and pop by on Twitch to catch me live. Links to both are in the video description. Thank you for watching and have a great day.